Wow, that's respectful. I used to think that I used to agree with the older generations that my generation, the teenagers, needed to learn to be more respectful. But then I realized that it comes from the top. At my work, I've seen grown men and women who seem to walk perfectly fine, seem to be perfectly healthy, not be able to go to the cart corral when old people, overweight people who can barely walk, who probably shouldn't walk without help, walk all the way to the cart corral, 6 parking spots away, and then shuffle back without anything holding them up. Wow, that's respectful. You can't do the one thing you need to do with carts. And it's not like you're going like a mile out of your way. It takes maybe a minute. And you can't even do that. I've seen a guy, an old man, try to turn out onto the main lane in the parking lot and get honked at. Stop, hesitate, look at the oncoming traffic, and still turn out. Wow, that's respectful. When one of my fellow baggers was out doing carts, a lady stopped the car really quickly, and he hit the car. And she went in on a rampage, yelling and screaming, calling him slow, calling him goofy, stuff like that. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, that's respectful. When I told my dad that I used to be depressed, and I told him all the reasons why, and he's like, you didn't have the worst. Your life wasn't the worst. You had no right to be depressed. Wow, that's respectful. Like it's my choice that I was depressed. Like I had anything to do with whether I was depressed or not. It was the environment around me. It was the people that interacted with me, or the lack thereof. My aunt, she got 2 houses from my grandparents, but then still expects them to watch the kids, that still expects them to help them out. Wow, that's respectful. This is the same aunt that when she told her kids not to do something while I was sitting in the kitchen right next to her at my grandparents' house, her parents' house, when she turned around after just telling her kids not to do something, they started doing it again, and I told them, your mom told you to stop. And she whips around and yells at me and says, I got this. Okay, you can do that. Like, seriously? Wow, that's respectful. After I have babysat your kids, like, 20 times at this point already. It's even more now. But at that time, I had already babysat them at least, 20 times. And you couldn't respect my decision to reinforce what you said. Huh. No wonder your kids don't listen. A lot of my friends say that their parents say they don't need to be respectful anymore. They've lived their lives. Wow, that's respectful. Because last time I checked, you are always going to be older than somebody else. That doesn't mean you show them no respect. Just because you've lived your life, that doesn't mean you don't show no respect. If you want people to respect you because of your old age, you have to respect people with your old age and old wisdom. See, yeah, wow. And they have the nerve to say we need to be more respectful. Wow.